Dry fire magazine changes. What are they and why should we practice them? Today on The Straight Shooter. Hey everyone, my name is Nathan. I am the chapter commander for the Oakland Bay Area Black Gun Owners Association. And this is the first edition of the Straight Shooter. Straight Shooter is the all things media wing of the Oakland Bay Area chapter of the Black Gun Owners Association. On the Straight Shooter, you will find things like video tutorials, gear reviews, tips on where to find ammo for good prices, anything that we might think might benefit our members, we're going to bring to you on the Straight Shooter. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about dry fire mag changes. What are they? What different types are there? When would we use these different types of mag changes? And why do we want to do that during dry fire practice? What is dry fire practice? Let's start there. Dry fire practice is the manipulation of your firearm with no live rounds in it. The great thing about dry fire practice is it doesn't cost you anything. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. You can do it in your living room, in your bedroom. I'm in my office right now. That's where I do a lot of my dry fire practice. And so that's where we're gonna bring this video from. So let's talk about the different types of mag changes. Essentially, there's two different kinds of mag changes: emergency reloads and tactical reloads. What's an emergency reload? Emergency reload means it's an emergency. You're mid-fire, your magazine goes dry, your slide locks back, and when you pull that trigger, nothing happens. You need more rounds downrange, and so you need to get more rounds into your gun as quickly as possible. First type of mag change, emergency. Emergency mag change, emergency reload, whatever you want to call it. You are mid-fire, your weapon runs dry, you have no more ammunition, and you need more immediately. So that's what's known as emergency magazine change. So first off, I'm going to show you that we're not working with any live rounds here. I've got two 10 round capacity Glock magazines here. I've got, and both of them are empty, I just showed you. You can see here that my firearm is unloaded and we're good to go for our mag changes. When you're doing dry fire, be double, triple, quadruple sure that you don't have any live rounds anywhere near where you're practicing. I make a habit of not having live rounds in the same room ever as my where I'm doing my dry fire practice. The last thing you want is to be working on mag changes, be working on something else, stop, you get sidetracked, you come back to it, you grab a magazine that has live rounds in it, now all of a sudden you're pointing at one of your walls, working on, trigger control, whatever it might be, and you send a live round through one of your walls. It's called an accidental discharge. It happens fairly frequently. Emergency reloads. Let's go over what they look like. Like I said before, you're shooting, you run out of ammo, your slide locks back, and you need more ammo right away. So, emergency reload, you're going to press your mag release button. Keep in mind, I'm left-handed shooter, so when I press my mag release button, it's with my index finger. For all you right-handed shooters, and I realize that's the majority of people, you're going to do it opposite. So you're going to press your, typically you're going to press your mag release button with your thumb, not your index finger. I'm a lefty, so I'm I'm pressing the mag release button with my index finger. Okay, slide locks back. First thing you're going to do, take your hand off, press, let the mag drop to the ground. You're grabbing another one. As you're grabbing this other one, you're indexing where the front of the magazine is going to go in. Turn your gun just enough to get that, align that magazine in. Slide it in, give it a good smack. Send that slide back home. Again, right-handed shooters would hit your slide release with your thumb. I'm a left-handed shooter, so again, I hit it with my index finger, and now you're good to go. Boom. Back on target, ready to go. So let me grab my magazine, and we'll do that again. All right. I'm shooting. Magazine runs dry. Back on target. Shooting. Slide locks back. Back on target. One last time. Shooting. Your slide locks back. Slide forward, back on target. What does a tactical reload look like? It's a little more thought out. It's strategic. You know you have a magazine with a few rounds in there, but you want a fresh, full magazine when you get back in the fight. So you're going to take a break in the action, whether it's you finding some cover or whatever that may be. Maybe you're moving from moving from one location to another, as long as you're not taking on fire, and you're going to use that opportunity to put a fresh mag in. So tactical reload looks something like this. Shooting, you're going to stop. Your slide's not going to lock back because you still have rounds left in this magazine, and there's one in the chamber. So you're going to grab your fresh mag, and you're going to grab it. I like to grab it in between my second and third fingers, kind of like this. Then I'm going to slide release, or excuse me, I'm going to mag release like this, stick the other one in. Now you still have control over this used mag. It still has a couple rounds in it. You're going to put it back in your belt, your pocket, wherever you're holding your mags. And now, without having to rack the slide, you're back in the fight. So let's try that a couple more times. Shooting. Back in the fight. Shooting. Back in the fight. It does take a little bit longer because you're retrieving or hanging on to this mag and not just letting it fall to the ground. Also, it takes longer to grab a magazine that's coming out of your firearm instead of just letting it drop while you're grabbing a new one. Okay, those are mag changes. We're talking about dry fire practice because it's wintertime, it's getting dark out. You might not have the opportunity to go to the range as much as you would like to, and dry fire practice is a great option. It's a great addition to your firearm training regimen. Pro shooters swear by dry fire practice. Law enforcement, pretty much anybody who's proficient with a firearm is doing dry fire practice. Why are they doing that? Because they're trying to train themselves to the point that it's muscle memory. They're not thinking about boom, 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 boom. They're not thinking about, where is my magazine? Where is my slide release? Where is my mag release? You know, how do I hold the gun? Any of those things. They know it's muscle memory. So, and why do we want to do that? Well, most of us are firearms owners for self-defense reasons. So I know that in my house, if somebody comes in the house at 2 in the morning and we're all asleep, I don't want to have to stop and think, you know, how do I operate my gun? How do I make a mag change? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do the other thing? I need as much of that ingrained into me and into that muscle memory as possible, so I can be as efficient as possible and be able to defend my household if needed. The other reason I do a lot of dry fire practice is I am a competition shooter. I'm not a great competition shooter. I don't care about being a great competition shooter. It's an opportunity for me to change up the training, get different exposure, and basically make myself a better shooter than I was the day before. So that's really all that matters to me. I'll never be you know, a grand champion USPSA shooter. I'm perfectly fine with that. That's not why I compete. But competition definitely does help you become a more proficient shooter, and it adds an element of stress to the whole thing. So if you're looking to see how you will perform under pressure, competition shooting is a great way to find that out. My name is Nathan again, and thanks for watching The Straight Shooter. See you guys next time.